Okay, so today we're going to talk about logarithms. So let me start you off with this new definition. Here's the new notation. Log base b of x equals y. So that's how we say that. That's actually how you're going to word that aloud. And what that means, it's the same thing as saying, let me do these little arrows here. So that means that these are both identical. They mean the same thing. B to the power of y equals x. And let's talk about where that was coming from. So let me highlight some of the important parts. In the first half of this definition where it says log base b, what you want to notice is that b is called the base, the same way it was the base when we did exponents. So the base part stays the same. And so it's base, which was b, and then to the power of, in this case you'll notice it was to the power of y, which was the other side of the equal sign. So that's one way to think of it. Base to the power of the other side equals, then of course it equals the inside. So this x value, that was what it equaled. This x value is now the inside. So that's the correlation between the two. So let's think about that in terms of the numbers that we already know. So let me give you an example here. So the question would be to simply evaluate or simplify. Let's do log base 5 of 25. So in this case, the base is 5. And my inside of the log is 25. So we're thinking about it as 5 to the power of the other side equals the inside. So we might want to call that something that we don't know. Let's call that an unknown. Let's maybe call it x. What I like to do is call it question mark. This is what we're trying to solve. And the idea is you're thinking about this. This will be my work over here on the side. 5 is the base to the power of the other side equals the inside. So then you just have to think about that logically. 5 to the power of what equals the inside? And then you can think about that. That's obviously going to be a 5 squared because we know that 5 squared is 25. So that question mark or our unknown must have been 2. So that gives us a solution to that expression here. Log base 5 of 25 equals, oops, there's your equal sign, equals 2. So that's the solution to that. Log, let's say base 3 of 9 equals what? So your job is to answer that. So let's think through that again. 3 to the power of what is 9? Again, it's base to the power of the other side equals the inside. So we're thinking of this as 3 to the power of what is 9. And of course we know right away, you don't even need to show work, 3 squared is 9. So that answer must have been 2. So log base 3 of 9 is 2. Log base 2 of 8 equals what? So simplify or evaluate this expression. It's the same idea. So my base here is 2. 2 to the power of what is 8? Now we can go ahead and maybe show our work for this one. This one's maybe not quite as obvious. 2 to the power of what? I'm going to call that a question mark. For me, it's easier to rewrite it. Sometimes you can't do the numbers in your head, and that's okay. 2 to the power of what is 8? Because again, it's base to the power of the other side equals the inside. When you have it written like that, it's a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more logical, and of course you can think about the fact, well, certainly 2 cubed is equal to 8. So that must be the solution there, is that the answer must be 3 because 2 cubed is 8. So there's our question mark. This is now equal to 3.